Sharing your cancer diagnosis is not something anyone of us jumps out of bed to do. It's not like I'm having a baby. Instead, it's tough, emotional, and sometimes you feel like you're looking after everyone else while barely holding yourself together. In this video, I will be sharing with you my experience of receiving a diagnosis and how I chose to communicate it with boundaries made of stone. The key, you get to communicate it on your own terms. Hi, I'm Carol, a 5-year thriver of stage 3 cancer. And on this channel, I share with you my journey and my learnings to help you build resilience and navigate a diagnosis with grace. Now, having been a coach and mentor for over a decade, I believe deeply in living life intentionally and joyfully. Talking about a diagnosis, not exactly something any one of us dreams of doing over coffee, right? But here's the truth. Sharing your diagnosis can build a beautiful support system if you do it in a way that protects your peace. In this video, I want to share how I navigated that moment in my life with honesty, boundaries, a few tears, and a sprinkle of humor to keep it real. So picture this. It's the middle of the pandemic, masks, sanitizer, social distancing, the whole shebang. My husband drops me off at the hospital for tests, but he can't come inside. He's nervous, I'm nervous, worrying, spiraling, probably Googling things he shouldn't even be Googling. As I'm going through test after test, I'm texting him updates like, done, still here. They're sending me somewhere else. You know, the classic hospital treasure hunt. Then I walk into my ultrasound and something in me just felt off. The energy changed. The whispers around me weren't whispering good things. And when the technician said, I need to bring in a doctor for a punch biopsy, I felt a punch in my gut and my heart started racing. I told myself, quiet the racing heart, just breathe. I knew enough of this self-regulating technique from just having 2 babies. After the biopsy, they walked me straight into the oncologist's office. I texted my husband an update without sharing my fears because I didn't want him spiraling. Then the doctor walked in, and let's just say compassion or empathy was not on his resume. Expressionless, he announced, based on the tests and what I see, you have breast cancer. The cells are wildly irregular, so I'm confident the official pathology will come in a week. But from what I see right now, this needs immediate attention. And the nurse will walk you through the next steps. Just like that. No warm-up, no dramatic pause. He dropped the bomb on me. My husband, who was on the speaker listening, was now crying uncontrollably. I found myself managing him, worrying for him, processing what I had just heard, while trying not to fall apart myself. I needed to understand the impact of what I just heard. And so I asked my husband to go on mute, and then I asked the doctor to repeat himself. He did just that, as casually as reading a restaurant menu. I was already thinking of everyone who would be impacted, my kids, my siblings, my mom. I was mentally calculating reactions, questions, panic, and the whole time I wasn't even paying attention to me. When the nurse gently touched my shoulder, I broke down. Everything came out. Tears, the fear, the shock. I simply didn't have the emotional bandwidth. And right there, I made a decision. I was the one that is most impacted by this news. So I was the one that would get to decide how I would handle it. It was my news to share, and I would share it on my terms. I would not be rushed, not pressured, and definitely not try to console the whole world while I was just keeping myself together. So here are a couple of things I kind of made a decision on, that I will choose when, how, and with whom I was going to share this news. I will put me first and protect my peace. And I was not going to let pity, panic, or toxicity come in the way. That decision served my mental health. So here is how I did it, how I actually communicated my diagnosis while keeping me sane. Number 1, I decided who gets access first. Start with the people who can hold you, not the ones that are going to collapse harder than you. Start with your inner circle, the ones who won't have a meltdown larger and louder than yours. Not everyone needs VIP entry into your emotional world. My big no's were the pity party planners, social media and email. Otherwise, your inbox will turn into a sympathy tsunami. For everyone else, you get to choose the timing. Number 2, keep your words simple and clear. Keep it real. You don't need to share your entire medical report. Something as simple as, I've been diagnosed with X. I wanted to tell you because your support matters. Here's what your support looks like. Be short, succinct, and clear. You only should share what you're comfortable sharing. Any questions that you are uncomfortable answering, politely decline and just let them know that you're not open to talking about it at this time. Number 3, choose how you share your news. A phone, text, in person. For me, it was a private group. Pick whatever drains you the least. My kids created a private online group to keep those interested updated. There was a pinned message over there that clearly stated no calls, no texts, no emails, positive vibes only. And it worked beautifully. I would post periodically, record videos after every treatment, share my status, and I would share it to my kids who would upload it. People were invited to leave comments, but I would only read them when I needed a pick-me-upper. Everything on my terms, all in one place. So pick what works for you the best. Number 4, prepare for all kinds of reactions. And yes, reactions. Some people will cry, some will panic, some will start giving you advice they got from a friend of a friend. Some may even start forwarding to you WhatsApp messages and YouTube shorts and all kinds of social media content on dealing with your cancer. If you are interacting with them personally, smile politely, redirect or ignore. If it's a message or some kind of a digital format they're forwarding it, just let them know politely to stop, that you are working with your medical team and qualified set of doctors, and you are only going to follow the advice given by them. You're not responsible for managing everyone's emotional reaction. Let me say this again. You are not responsible for managing anyone else's emotions. Write this down, pin it on a board, plaster it on your mirrors, because there will be many times in a day when you will feel like taking care of someone else while you are just falling apart yourself. So you have to be very, very strict about this and have this as a commandment as you're going through your diagnosis. Just delegate that chore to someone else trustworthy. In my case, I assigned it to my family, my kids. I would provide a video update periodically in my private Facebook group. Anyone who inquired was directed there. I was ruthless on who I allowed in 5 feet of me. Number 5, ask for support you actually need. People want to help. They just don't know how. Meals, rides, check-ins, prayers, good vibes, whatever you need. And if you need space, say that too. Let them know I'll reach out when I'm ready. Those that care appreciate clarity. And there'll be many who will say it just because they do not know what else to say. Number 6, protect your energy. Limit the number of times you repeat the story. Keep it simple and reassuring. No crazy details for young ones. You can say I'm sick, doctors are helping me. For adults, no need for an emotional TED talk. Therapy helped me a lot, so consider therapy. Use boundaries as sunscreen, generously and daily. In my case, they were my best friends. If anybody was curious about my situation and hounding my family, they were all directed to my private online community where they could catch up on news on my end. Number 7, let relationships shift naturally. Some people will show up stronger, some will fade out, some will surprise you, some will disappoint you. Focus on those who energize you, not drain you. Gratitude for the right people goes a long way. So once again, sharing your diagnosis is deeply personal. It's hard, it's emotional, it's raw. It cracks you open, but it can also build a circle of love and support around you as long as you do it in a way that honors your needs first. Just remember, it's your story to share on your terms. You get to choose timing that works for you. You get to set your boundaries and with people who can support you, not drain you out. So protect your peace, protect your healing, and communicate your diagnosis in a way that feels safest. You get to choose who gets access to your heart. So do it on your own terms always. If this video helped you, or if you are navigating your own diagnosis, please drop a comment below. Share your story or just tell me one thing you're giving yourself permission to protect. And if you love more content on healing, mindset, boundaries, and designing a life you love, subscribe, tap the bell so you get notified every time I upload a new video. I would love to see you in my community. Remember, you're not alone, you're loved, and you're stronger than you think you are. If you need help finding power within, I strongly recommend starting a journaling practice. That was the one thing that changed everything for me. You'll find more details in the description below. Just remember, each day you wake up is one more day to celebrate life. Until next time, stay blessed, stay joyful, and design a life you love.